Okay, folks, welcome back. Uh, you may wonder why I am not working. That's because I had a really rough night last night with my digestive system. Yeah, not good. So, I don't dare to leave the house very far today, and it is what it is, but I'd like to say I'm doing a little bit better this afternoon, but I still have to watch what I'm doing because when I walk and I stop, my body feels like it's going forward. So I've just got the bug that both my jobs, people have been sick with this. Cousin Shay was sick with it about a week ago. So I guess it's just my turn. I do not like missing work, and I have missed 3 days in 14 years uh, due to being sick, so that's not bad, but still, yeah, I know who likes missing work, right? Even if you don't like your job, you always wonder, well, maybe I could still do my job, but if you stay home, you won't continue spreading into others, right? That's always the thing. So today I'd like to answer or throw out there a couple of questions and comments that people have commented on the last video. So I assume that if you comment under a certain name, that you won't mind me saying your name on here, because all people have to do is go back under last night's video and see who commented anyway, right? So this one comes from, I hope I pronounced your last name right, Maria Constantinides. She said that she is in zone 10A, and she has a concern about, she has canned a lot, and there's only so much room, there's only so many supplies, and I can tell you, if you canned 120 jars, that's pretty impressive. Good job. But Maria is concerned if she cannot get any lids in the future, how she is going to put up everything that she needs to put up. I get that. And there's only so much room, right? There's only so much room. I eat all garden season out of my garden. And then this year, especially, I have been drying them, putting them in those hanging meshed air dehydrator thingies. I really, I really need to find out what the actual name of those are, because, you know. So that's what I have done this year. But we are very humid up here as well. You're hot and humid down in 10A, zone 10A. We are here. I am in zone 4. Maine is a very humid state. We have a lot of water here. We have a lot of bogs, rivers, lakes, ponds, streams, and our whole entire coastline is the Atlantic Ocean. So we get a lot of humidity, and still I was able to dry a lot of my vegetables out in the yard. Now, the thing with the end of the garden produce, it comes at the time when the nights are getting cool and cold. So I have been running my wood stove, and I have brought my dehydrator, hanging dehydrator mesh bags inside, where if you have a wood stove that dries everything out, even somebody's target practicing, folks, way over. It makes it really dry inside the house, so we end up putting a pot of water or something on top of the stove, or running a humidifier to put moisture into the air, because everything just dries out, right? So I'm not really sure what your option is. I know you said that you have a generator. Maybe if you bring all your produce in, maybe into a specific room or your shed. Maybe you can find an efficiency fan, and you could bring your produce in and put your fan on and oscillate it. Maybe that will help. I'm not really sure. If you have a climate controlled house, maybe that's all you would need. Again, zone 10A, I'm really not familiar with zone 10A. I'm familiar with zone 4. So if anybody has any suggestions for Maria, I'm sure she would appreciate it. And I want to remember, folks, and I'm going back to last night's video, let's try to give answers that are economical answers, okay? Economical answers, because, you know, if we don't have to spend more money than we have to, if we can spend less money on something that will work and more money on food, then that's the way we should go, right? So if you suggest setting up a climate controlled house, or put climate control into your house, or this and that, then that's probably not what she's going to want to hear if she doesn't already have that set up, right? So Maria, I'm really not sure. I'm just trying to help you out, so I figured that was a good question, and maybe somebody out there has an answer or a part of an answer for you, okay? Okay, I've got time for maybe one or two more comments. This one is from D. Mitchell, and talking about insulin, diabetic supplies, any medication that needs to be kept cool or refrigerated if the grid goes down and you don't have a way to, let's say you do have a generator, and let's say it's a gas generator and you are unable to get gas or go get gas, and then you don't have anything to cool your supplies, right? You can't even go get ice, right? Especially if it's summer or this type of weather here where nothing is freezing. We get frost in the morning or ice in the morning, but during the day I'm out here in a t-shirt, right? So if that was me, and again, I'm up here in Maine, so I don't know where you are, D. Mitchell, but up here, if it was me or my loved one, what I would seriously consider doing is digging a hole in the ground, putting your supplies that you need to keep chilled into an airtight waterproof container, or maybe airtight waterproof container and then another airproof waterproof container on the outside of that one, and I would bury it in the ground. Now I don't know about flooding. I don't know here. I would have to put it up on high ground in a shady area, and the hole would have to at least be 4 feet for in the summer. And if I did not want it to freeze, I'd have to go down below the frost line, which here can be anywhere from 7 to 8 feet or more. So that's a really deep hole, right? So, and then how are you going to keep it covered and insulated, and you have to go out and get it once a day or twice a day or whatever? That would be kind of a pain in the butt, but it would be something. If it meant keeping somebody alive, that would be something that I would be willing to do the task myself for as long as supplies lasted, right? So I am not going to give medical advice whatsoever. I do not have the qualifications for that. But I would look into the dandelion plant. That's all I'm going to say. The dandelion plant. So, and if you're growing Jerusalem artichoke, that's a really good potato substitute, right? Diabetics, it doesn't turn to sugar, right? And it's healthy. So that's all I'm going to say about that, because I feel kind of risky even saying that, but do your own research. Dandelion and Jerusalem artichokes. Okay? There's others out there too. There's others out there. So you're going to have to do your research. Do alternative to. Alternative to. Natural alternative to insulin. Okay? So I would try that. I would try that. And I know in the 1 second after, what they did is they had a bag of ice and they put the diabetic life-saving insulin in the back of the toilet or in the toilet bowl. I'm not really sure, but it was in the toilet system, and for as long as they could to keep it cool for as long as they could, right? So that's going to have to be some sort of research, I guess. I really don't know. If anybody has any suggestions, any recommendations, maybe you can try to help D. Mitchell out. All right. But Joyce Tompkins, you made a comment. Most don't understand what basics are and differences between needs and wants. You are correct. A lot of us can agree with that, right? Needs is something that is going to help keep you alive. Air, right? Food, water, sleep, staying warm, staying cool, staying safe, right? Those are needs, folks. Those are needs. Wants, you don't know how many times a week I hear, I need coffee. I can't live without coffee. Yeah, you can. I wouldn't want to go without coffee either, but not having coffee isn't going to kill me. There might be quite an adjustment there, folks, but going without coffee will not kill you. All right, that's just an example. So needs are what you need to stay alive and healthy. Wants, that's just that. Things that you wish, you desire, they do not keep you alive. So that's all I've got, folks. There was 3 comments, 3 questions, 3 concerns, and I'll probably do this a couple of times a month, folks. So, we'll problem solve together. We're all one big happy family, right? Help each other out. You folks have a lot of good information, and 2 heads are better than 1, right? 2,253 heads as of this morning are a whole lot better than 1, right? So if we can all problem solve and help these nice people out, I'm sure they would appreciate that. And like I said, we're all in this together. Let's be a community. Let's be a community. If you have something that you're trying to figure out, struggle with, you can post that under this video or another video, and we'll see what we can do to come up with a good solution or some ideas to think about. Okay? If we all thought outside the box, we can do a lot, right? So we need to continue thinking outside the box. Everybody has different experiences they can bring to the table. So again, this is a community. Let's be a community that helps each other. Okay? Bye-bye.